dating, pickup, social, questions answered. There are 2 types of people in the world. Well, 3 types really. People who know and understand game, people who have no idea, have no game, and people who know and understand game and can practically apply it. And this is the group we want to be in. We want to have an understanding of the basics of game, but we want to be out there making it happen, meeting beautiful people, making great connections. And a lot of guys keep telling me, well, I don't like to go to bars and clubs, and the reality is the guys like to do the day game, as we call it, walking around on your own, waiting for that special one. When guys are learning the game and they want to just do one-on-one approaches, so the reason we encourage you to go to bars, even though, yes, they might be out of your comfort zone for some people, it's that they're what we call a target-rich environment. It means you can meet lots of people. If you speak to these girls over here and it doesn't go anywhere, no big deal. Boom, you speak to those ones over there. The idea of going to the bar is that you can get this concept called momentum. Normally you have to approach women 2 to 3 times before you get warmed up, unless you're really good. And most people who are really good, they still need to warm up. You still need to warm up your vocal cords, your conversational banter, the wizardry. This time of year is a lot of guys say, well, I don't want a club girl, I don't want a bar girl who's always in bars. And that's great, because this is the perfect time of year where you can literally go out and there will be corporate girls who are just professionals, or maybe they're going out with their friends for that one time of year. They'll be out a little bit earlier having a meal, but guess what? They will be in bigger groups. So you're going to have to learn how to approach groups. Your value as a man isn't on the outside. It's not about how you look. It's about the kind of guy you are. Will you be a protector to her? Can you provide her resources? If she's having your child one day, she needs to know that you're a protector, a leader, you're socially intuitive. You're not going to use the strength you have as a man against her because you're emotionally reactive. So there's all these factors she has to give consideration to, and she cannot see them by looking at them or looking at you. It's like, but she has her value pinned on her chest. Literally, you look at her, you can make a decision. The best places typically while you're learning the game are not in your local town. Why is that? Why do you think that is? Why not your local town? Because you're oversensitive. Like if I go out in Manchester right now, I know people now, I tone my game down massively because people say, oh, you shouldn't give a fuck. Yeah, you can do, but that'd just be socially incorrect. Yeah, I can go and practice things and blow out and sometimes be a bit of an idiot, be a bit of a dick and trial new things and no big deal. But if you're running around and you're practicing and you're getting blown out and you're learning, you don't want everybody to think, who's that weirdo running around all the time? So you go out and practice somewhere else where you don't live, bring the skills back to your local town. As you get more skills in life, especially in terms of what I call macking, how to meet, attract, connect, and keep beautiful women, okay, to mac. Once you have those skills and you're able to do that consistently, you'll meet a lot more women who will fit the same criteria that you have emotions for with this one girl who's buckling you over inside with your emotions. It's because you don't have choice. And when you get ONEITIS, it's because you're just not meeting enough of the right women, so you get hugely, overly emotionally attached to one woman. The problem when that happens is that as a man, we will leak the truth. And what do I mean by that? I mean your emotions are reacting. So you're probably, when in her presence, speaking a little bit more nervously, a bit more anxiously. You're chasing her, you're texting her a little bit more. You don't roll off and show a little bit of disinterest. You're constantly interest. And it gets a bit much for her and she senses that neediness that she wants to naturally push away. Your job in the game is not to attract the girl, but it's to reach the waypoints by which she wants to chase you rather than the other way around. Most guys get into the relationship and they do so much chasing that they literally build up a pattern where you're doing so much for her and she's doing fuck all for you, very little for you, and that becomes the pattern and you get frustrated with it and anxiety builds up and that's when you have lots of little arguments. So your job is to make sure there's a fair balance between what you're doing for her and what she's doing for you. Then you'll feel great. Next one you asked about was flakes. Flakes. Well, there's a lot of variables and I literally do about 2 hours and a lot of these lead all back to why you get a lot of flaky. And what we mean by flakes is that you got her number and you can't get a hold of her and then you're chasing her and it's just not happening. Sometimes what happens is when guys push a little bit too much and we do what we call the traction phase. You liked each other, yeah? And then there was a bit of a connection, but you pushed for the kiss close too early or you pushed for the number. and it was all banter and teasing, and you were attracted in the moment, but it was only stimulus. It was stimulating in the moment, but there was no long-lasting connection, what we call the comfort phase, or what I like to call connecting. So when they leave you, that stimulus dies, and with it, so does their attraction for you, because it was momentary attraction rather than deeper, built on something a little bit deeper. So before you try and grab numbers, try and find an opportunity to get a connection. That will help you. Also, what guys do a lot of as well is they go for the kiss. They go for a kiss close. You had a little bit of a naughty makeup. Now, the danger with that is if you leave it on that and there was no emotional connection, you didn't build some time up together, and now you're chasing her again, she assumes that you want to jump straight back in where you left off, and that might build a bit of pressure for her to avoid you. So you've got to play some solid game. And the game is played, as Misty would say, in comfort. Next point is don't be pushing for the number. A lot of guys push for the number to, let's connect again, we can go for a drink. Well, you're already fucking out. Why not go out for a drink now? Guys think they've only got so much material. That's the problem. They run out of things to say, so they want to park it to another time when all her friends are not around her and they don't feel the pressure to try and entertain and stimulate everyone. So they'd rather get on her own. But the guy who sticks with it and has got a bit more game can win over her friends to the point where he can even say, hey guys, we like each other. Yeah, we probably fight a little bit, but we like each other. You guys cool with that? And if they liked you and you were stimulating, they'll go, yeah, you're cool, you're cool. Do you know what? We're going to grab a drink at the bar. Give us 5-10 minutes to connect, then come join. Then put her on your arm, walk over to another space. You're creating these multiple stages of interaction where she has memories of you. You're starting to build part of the relationship phase. You're connecting. And when you get away from her friends, you can have that normal fluff talk. What do you do? Where are you from? You can have normal conversations. And then you find where you've got a connection, and that's more memorable to her and more solid than a guy who came by, you liked each other in the moment, you shared your Instagrams, and you got a number, and it's going nowhere fast. The next thing is, don't just get the number for number's fucking sake. Have an event that you're going to. This is how I would set it up. So I know things are going. For instance, next weekend, there's a little fashion show in Manchester. Okay. I'm talking to a girl and I say, yo, I love fashion. Next week there's a really cool show on at X Club. You love it. It's all about denim for some reason. They've got some denim theming going, so you've got to wear denim. And then guess what? They're expecting you to try and pitch and sell it to them and ask them to come along. Don't. Go back to normal conversation. She was expecting you to. And then you're challenging and being playful with her. And then as she wins you over a little bit, she makes effort. That's key. You get to say, you know what? Next week, that fashion show, why don't you fucking come along? Bring a couple of friends, bring some friends. You know, you're welcome to come on your own, but, you know, bring some friends. And that way, you're not setting it up like where it's just you and her on a date. And that way you could have multiple girls coming along together, and they're all cool together, they're all safe, and you've got multiple choice. Because when you've got 2 or 3 girls, you'll always get 1 or 2. Don't chase the number. If you really have great attraction, and you won't necessarily while you're starting, when you get real great attraction, she'll be pushing for your number. Because you'll say, look, I've got to leave in a minute, but it's been really cool connecting with you, you know? We should keep that alive. And then you change the topic, and she'll be like, oh, can I get your number? She should be chasing you for it. That's a great sign. But you chasing and asking for the number is not a good thing. Another bad rule, by the way, is not to get the number and immediately finish the conversation and leave after you got the number, because it makes it look like the number was the objective. You made her the prize. Go out, okay, with guys who want to meet people. I'm not just talking about pulling girls. I'm on about really meeting people, building up your social circle. 3 things you need, by the way, for a good lifestyle. You need pickup skills. If you can't approach and meet and attract a mate, you are by default fucking sterile, as Misty would say. Number 2, okay, which is why most pickup artists fall down, you need social skills. You need to build up social alignments. So going out, let's go meet people. I tell girls who are coming out with a Saturday night, I've got girls coming out, let's go meet some people. Let's go make some new friends. And thirdly, you need wealth. You need to have a better quality lifestyle. Pickup, social, wealth. Have those 3 things. Yeah, there's health and spiritual and everything else, but 3 core things that will have a big impact. Get them done. Let's get together. Get your wingman on here. Get the guys who need some game. Let's talk game. Let's get out of the house this weekend. Let's get some approaches done and let's improve. Okay, let's improve our quality of life as men. Okay, let's up our game. Let's be cool motherfuckers to be talking to. Okay, whether you get the girl or not, you want to be the cool guy. Okay? No more fucking crawling around the streets on your own. Let's get some real social skills. Pick up without social is fucking weird. Yeah? Real social skills. Absolute pleasure. Shaun Michael Discovery. Take care, take action, get out of the fucking house.